I'm Amanda Beckwith with Virginia Distillery Company, and I want to talk to you today about how we taste whiskey. Now, the most important thing when tasting whiskey is creating your environment. It's very important that you're scent-free. That means no lotions or cologne. Definitely don't brush your teeth right before you take a sip. And also try to remove any distractions beforehand too. If you're analyzing color, having a white backdrop, even a white piece of paper is always great. When it comes to actually drinking the whiskey, a glass like a Glencairn is perfect. It has a chimney which brings up aromas and allows you to really get a sense of smell. If you want to cup the glass with your hand, the warmth from your hand can actually warm the whiskey up and help those aromas rise through the chimney. Now, roughly 70% of your sense of taste comes from smell. So I always recommend a couple drive-bys to really get to know the spirit. Now, typically one side of your nose will have a better sense of smell than the other, so it really is important to do the drive-by. Now remember that this is a high-proof spirit. This whiskey happens to be 92 proof, so you don't want to stick your nose down in the glass. You want to take your time with it and really learn how pronounced the aromas are. For me, smelling this, I'm getting notes of honeycomb, caramel, vanilla, some toffee, deep, rich red fruits, even dried fruit. And it really is starting to open up more and more. When you're ready to taste, I recommend a small priming sip to get your palate accustomed to the high-proof spirit, followed by a longer sip, allowing the whiskey to work its way over your tongue. Often a chewing motion is nice. It also helps to add air to your palate, which can encourage the spirit to even open up on your tongue. And it's definitely working its way back. You have different clusters of taste buds around your tongue, so it always breaks my heart when people shoot back a whiskey. All they're really getting is the finish, and they're missing the whole story that that whiskey wants to tell. For me, this Virginia Highland whiskey, it's port finish, so there are lots of rich dark fruit notes coming through, even a little bit of cinnamon and baking spice, dry cocoa. That's really, really lovely. And the finish lingers, so definitely think about how long that spirit is remaining on your tongue, and just think about also maybe any memories that you have. For many people, one note is not the same in their mind as it would be to somebody else, but you can definitely have a frame of reference that's unique to you that other people might also agree with. For example, it could be your grandfather's jacket, or cigars, or even a day at a campfire with friends. Whiskey is about sharing and telling stories, so it's something meant to open up and evolve over time. I always love to put a whiskey down for a few minutes, come back to it, and see how it's changed. Now, most of us are purists when it comes to drinking whiskey, but you can also elevate the aromas and the taste notes by combining it with other ingredients. Now, that might be pairing it with a dish of food. It might be putting it in a cocktail and seeing how well it plays with other ingredients. So I encourage you to have fun. If you are a neat drinker, many people ask, well, what about serving whiskey on the rocks or adding water? And I always say you should drink whiskey how you want to. I recommend getting to know it first before adding anything. But when you're ready, if you want to do a water addition, feel free. In Scotland, they call this releasing the serpent. And for the wine drinkers out there, you're probably used to adding a little bit of aeration by swirling the glass. For whiskey drinkers, just a few drops of water will help oxidize and open up the spirit. And it really does evolve the aroma and the palate. I personally love just a few drops of water. Same thing for adding ice. Know that as the ice melts, it will dilute the spirit, and the coldness of the ice can also dampen some of the aromas coming through. But whiskey is meant to be enjoyed any way you like it. I hope you enjoyed this time with me, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Cheers.